welcome to the Gutenberg walkthrough. This release is Gutenberg 9.1, where I'll talk about some of the visually impactful changelog items that were in this release. First up is the social links block. So if we pull that up and we select the block itself, we notice that there's an option now to open the links in a new tab. So whichever links we use, we can toggle this on and open them in a new tab. The next one up is the Media and Text block. If I go to the Media library, pick an image here, you'll see that now there's also an option to change the image size. So you can go from full size down to thumbnail, and then adjust it accordingly, however. Another enhancement in Gutenberg 9.1 is the inserter add block pattern category selection. So what that means is in the patterns under the inserter here, there is now a category drop down here. So it used to look similarly to the blocks where you had these category titles and you'd scroll through everything like this, right? But I believe they went this route to maybe save on some loading bandwidth, any bandwidth issues. So rather, instead of loading all the patterns at once, now they're kind of collapsed behind this filter here. So you can jump through a few of the patterns this way and add them to your page however you see fit. Another one is the spacer block. Let's add a spacer block here. It can now drop down. It used to only drop down to 20 pixels in height. That was it. That was as far as you could go because it was difficult to grab. Now you can drop below that to 1 pixel if you wanted to. When you click away, and still there's enough area that you can still click on this and change that accordingly. So that's pretty cool. I love this spacer block. So being able to drop down to 1 pixel really gives you a lot more control on how you want to use this block, which is really cool. Next on the list is, because Gutenberg opens up in the full screen like this, and there are some people who don't care for this, having it open it up in full screen view like this. So to make it a little more easier, there is this keyboard shortcut here, and it's now listed next to this option. So if you memorize that keyboard shortcut, you can drop out of the full screen mode really easily, in which case you'll get your sidebar and top bar there. Next on the list, well, including actually talking about the social media block, there was there was an issue where they would not collapse very well. If you had a lot of social media icons and we had it like in a narrow spot like in the column, it would just run into the other column. This has been fixed in 9.1 so that they stack on each other. So that it doesn't cause any major overlapping issues. And that's a great plus there. One of the other big improvements in Gutenberg 9.1 is the widget screen. So if we drop back to the WP admin here and jump into the widget screen, which in 9.0 was released a block editor for the widgets. Now we'll see some further improvement. For one, we see the widgets up here, block areas. This is going to be revised very soon to say widget areas and talk about widgets. But when you click on a specific widget area, that will be reflected here as well. But one thing that's pretty cool is now that these third-party widgets here, like the search widget, shows up with a border around it. It has the appropriate title. And you can drag and drop them. You can drag them, drop them between multiple widget areas if my theme had another widget area, which is great. And furthering that, if we wanted to add other third-party widgets, like I have a few Jetpack ones here, I can add them as a block, which is really cool. So I just add that block in here, and you'll notice that the third-party widget is actually wrapped inside of something called a legacy widget block. All right, so, and then it says which widget is inside this block. And that's enables the widget, allows it to be displayed inside of the block editor, which is a really cool addition, allowing you to use both blocks and widgets within the widget areas. So really good work. This is coming along very nicely. Speaking of which, like if I wanted to add a block right here inside my widget area, I could select that and get the block, the image block inside of my widget area, which is really cool. So a lot of updates to the widget screen, and that covers about the most of all the changes happening right now. There have been actually several changes in the site editor as well. So if you know Gutenberg, a lot of the work being done is on full site editing. So there's a site editor option in the plugin. Actually, let me get a, you see this new menu here too, which is looking really cool. So basically you need to go into the Gutenberg experiments, make sure that your full site editing options are turned on. And then as you have that, you'll see the site editor. You can drop in. Now I'll be able to see like a full site editing template here that I've got laid out. It shows me my front page. I could click on this. I could choose various templates if I have them here, or template parts such as my header. If I click on header, it kind of gives me an isolated view of the header when I can jump in here, make any changes that I want. So navigation block. This is a site title block. I can look at my various themes, jump back to my page, and edit various content accordingly. So still by adding in blocks, updating my designs, and so forth. So keep an eye on this full site editor. It's coming along. It's still pretty rough right now, but it should be going through some really good refinements in the next few months here, especially this little addition here. This way to jump around. It's not been completely dialed in yet, but you know, we're trying things out and seeing how it works. You're going to be able to jump through your pages here or through your posts, some of your drafts. You'll be able to see various things in this list that allow you to navigate through your pages without having to leave the site editor, which is great. So the team's doing a lot of work, and I hope that helps you all out there. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.